What was it now? I turned it up.
Yeah, it came up.
Okay.
I saw it on there.
Ready? Ms. Oaks?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vance, are you ready?
Yep.
I'd like to call to order the City of Natchitoches Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. We're doing a hybrid meeting with some people appearing telephonically, some of our commissioners. I guess, Ms. Oaks, how are we going to call the roll for those folks that are not here?
We should be able to hear them, right?
Okay, all right. All right, the next city council meeting is June the 8th, the second Monday of this month at this location. Applications for rezoning will be introduced at that time. That would be Mr. Natchitoches and Mr. Vargas's. Everything else is a waiver or re-subdivision, and those become final in 11 days unless an appeal is filed. Those appeals must be filed within 10 days of this. Ms. Oaks and Ms. Rock will be able to help you with all that. If you didn't sign in, I'd ask you to please do that. Speakers need to come to the AMBO and identify themselves, name, address. Our next Planning and Zoning Commission meeting will be Tuesday, July the 7th at 5 p.m. right here. Ms. Rock, did I miss anything?
No, sir, you have.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Ms. Oaks, would you call the roll?
Jamie Flanagan. Jacob Cooper.
Here.
Ron Brown.
Here.
Isaac Lewis. Ricky McAllister.
Here.
Michael Lewis.
Here.
Charles Whitehead III.
Here.
Bobby Claiborne.
We'll come back. We have at least a quorum present here.
Yes.
And so if we need to come back and amend that roll call, if somebody needs to call in and do that. Roman number 3, commissioners have been provided the proposed minutes from our May 5th, 2020 meeting. If there are no corrections, additions, or deletions, I would entertain a motion to waive their formal reading and adopt them as proposed. Motion by Lewis, second by Cooper. All in favor, say aye. Is that you, Bobby?
Hi, this is Jamie Flanagan.
Hey, Mark, Jamie present. Bobby, you there as
Oh,
well?
wonderful.
I'm waiting for the start.
All right, well, that's good. We've got everybody show.
Because I didn't hear anything, so I wasn't sure.
So show us with
If I had
seven members present.
dialed the wrong number or what.
Jamie, if you're watching, we can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, they told me around.
They can't hear you.
They can't hear us.
Jamie.
I don't think they hear us.
Oh,
Ms. Oaks, can you text them? You have the ability to do that?
I have to go and get my phone.
Okay, well, hopefully they'll figure it out. We probably do need to get them, we probably do need to make sure that they can hear us.
Charlie, where's your microphone?
Mine,
Mm-hmm.
right in front of me,
Okay, I'm blind, I can't see it, okay.
right in front of me, I can hear myself in the feedback, so. Not that you need a microphone usually to hear me.
No, that's right, that's why I asked.
While we're waiting on, Ms. Oaks to come back, you know, I'm sure everybody knows Chantel Rock is our new, planning and zoning, director. Ms. Fowler's last day, I guess, on payroll was, last Friday. I'm sorry this, COVID thing didn't allow us to do a little more for her and recognize her. I know the mayor did something in a short ceremony, last week, last Monday, I guess, Monday or Tuesday. I wish we could have done something maybe after all this stuff is over with, we get back to some semblance of normal, we bring her back one more time to, express our, appreciation for all her hard work, because I know she always made my job easier, and I'm sure she helped all of you out as well.
I guess they must can't get the, everything to that today, I guess.
Well, you just can't hear us, Bobby, if you're not watching us on,
Thursday.
you're not watching us on Facebook or, what's the other address, Bill?
HaggishParishJournal.com.
Naggers Parish Journal.
But he needs to turn his volume down if he does that.
Yeah.
Nicole said she can hear us, but we can't hear them. Okay. Nicole said she can hear us, but we can't hear them. I don't know what we can do about that.
Ain't too much we do about that.
Nicole, could you have them to silence and then whenever they want to give a vote, to give a vote over your phone?
Have them mute their handsets and see if they can, if they got access to a PC or something, to be able to log into the live stream. I don't know if they have that ability. I know if I only had a phone, I'm not sure I can do both things at the same time. That's all I have.
Did y'all see anything online? Nicole, can you send the link for online? Because all I have is the phone number.
Is there anything we need to do on the phone system side? Because if they
Call
can,
in, conference and
yeah, well, what concerns me now is that if they can't hear us, what about the people that are trying to call in? If they can't hear us either?
Well, the public would be watching it on the Journal or Facebook. I just checked, it's fine. What we're having is a problem with the phone system of our audio getting back to them.
I see.
which is gonna be in that hybrid he's holding. Either the SIM's too low, or you have your null modem is not set properly.
Can you guys hear me on the audio now? Is anybody on the line? Is anybody on the line? Okay, can you guys hear me now? I'm gonna toggle this again and see if it's a better connection. If you guys can mute your phone or your audio until you need to speak, that would help us out on feedback. But I don't think that's what the issue is. The issue is you guys cannot hear us. So I'm gonna toggle it again and see if that fixes the problem. Can you guys hear us now?
Yeah, I can.
What about you, Jamie? Jamie?
I've asked them to mute their phone so that they'll toggle mute back and forth to talk.
All right, well, let's go forward with it. We've got 6 now, so that makes me feel a little better. The last action we had was a motion by Lewis and a second by Cooper to dispense with the formal reading of the minutes and accept them as proposed. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. I'll sign those at the end of the meeting themselves. The next order of business is Roman number 4, old business, subsection A. The city council approved the application by Joseph Brandt and Felix Clint Payroll III to rezone the following lots 4 and 5 on the plat of Aswell property on the north side of College Avenue between Jefferson Street and Cypress Avenue, less 6 feet off of lot 5 from R21 family to B1 commercial in a transition business district to operate an office. The variance requested was a variance of 6 of the required 13 off-street parking spaces bearing municipal address 206 University Parkway. Roman numeral 4, old business, subsection B. The city council approved the application by the city of Natchitoches to rezone the following 39.61 acres, being a 1/2 interest in 79.22 acres, described as the west half of the southeast quarter of section 20, township 8 north, range 7 west, and 73.00 acres, being the east half of the southeast quarter of section 20, township 8, range 7 west, 6.216 acres to the highway department from B3 commercial, community, and central business to I1 light industry to facilitate industrial economic development projects on the tracts of land at the I-49 Highway 478 interchange in the Natchitoches Economic District B. Tracts of land are located in southwest of I-49 LA 478 interchange and adjacent to Bayou Blue Road. Ms. Rock, there was no other old business, is that correct?
No, sir, there wasn't.
Roman numeral 5, new business. It's the subsection A, the application by Dr. Cooper will subdivide the following: a re-subdivision of lots 8 and 9, which is the Shamrock Park addition to the city of Natchitoches, Block B, to reapportion the lot lines. Those lots bearing municipal address 350 Shoreline Drive, exhibit number 1 in Commissioner's packet, and councilperson district number 2. Dr. Bordell is represented to come forward while the director summarizes the application and the responses received to the 300-foot letters.
The application was a simple subdivision. Dr. Wardell is just wanting to straighten up his property line to give his neighbor, Mr. Parker, additional, lineage in the back. It's just a very simple, subdivision. There was no one to respond to the application that was sent forward.
All right, someone here to speak on behalf of the application of Dr. Wardell? Okay, well, let's stick a pin in this. Ms. Oaks, do you have the ability to get a hold of Dr. Wardell? Do you have a number on his app? We'll come back to that, and decide what to do with it at the end of the meeting if somebody doesn't show up. Roman numeral 5, subsection B, the application by Thomas C. and Danielle M. Matuska to rezone the following lot 3 of block D of the established edition from R1 residence, one family to R2 residence, multiple family to construct a duplex bearing municipal address 415 Stevens Avenue, exhibit number 2, councilperson district number 1. Ms. Rock, would you please summarize the application here, and then as the applicant or his designee comes forward to address the application.
Okay, what he's trying to do, we have a classification of R1, which is single family, and he's wanting to rezone the property to R2 so that he can build a duplex on the property next to his. However, in the area where he's wanting to rezone, most of that area is zoned R1. There is a map behind you, Chairman. As you can see, there is no R2 development in that area. There are duplexes there, but most of those uses there are grandfathered in. So if someone decided to move from their particular area where there is a duplex, that zoning will revert back to R1. In the back of the property on Powhatan Alley, he's wanting to create 3 parking spaces of concrete with a carport. His property lines, he is in variance regulations for his front yard, side yard, and rear yard setbacks. There were multiple applications or oppositions to the rezoning. I'm not sure if you wanted me to name who they were or what the locations were.
That probably would be appropriate. We didn't get anything in writing?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Would you make, at the conclusion of the deal, would you make those responses part of the application?
Okay.
That's normally what we do, is just make it part of the permanent record.
Okay.
I'm sure that's where they are anyway. I'm sure they're actually in this file, that application.
Right.
But if you could briefly summarize from your perspective, who all opposed, and I guess the best thing to do would be this is in the 400 block of Stevens Avenue, so if they're all on Stevens, you can just give us a referential address on Stevens, and if they're not, you can go into more detail.
Mm-hmm. Most of them are on the 400 block, ranging from 400 Stevens all the way down to, let's see, 416. We have some on the 300 block also. Most of them are against the rezoning. They feel like it's going to decrease the value of their home if they rezone their property from to R2 from R1. They feel like it's going to increase. Let's see, we have several from, I don't want to give any names, but we have some adjacent neighbors that are really against the property being rezoned to to R2.
All right, well, Mr. Matuska, his representative, will come forward and give us a summary of the application and tell us what his intentions are. Okay. All right. Well, let's stick a pin in that one. We'll come back to that one as well. Mr. Gillette, you're up. Subsection C, the application by Mr. Rodolfo Vargas to rezone the south one half of lot 7, lot 8, and the east 39.4 feet of lot 9 of East Baltimore subdivision unit number 2 from B3 commercial to an additional BA to sell beverages of high alcoholic content for consumption on premises, bearing municipal address 115 South Drive, exhibit number 3 in the commissioner's packet, and councilperson district number 2. Miss Rock, would you tell us real quick, although I know Mr. Gillette's capable of doing it, but go ahead and tell us what exactly is going on.
Well, from my understanding, they're just wanting to add an additional BA zone to be able to sell alcohol from low content to high content on premises, and it's for the development of a restaurant.
That is correct.
All right, well, that's enough summary. Mr. Gillette, go into a little background for us and tell us what your client wants to do.
Rodolfo Varga is the owner of El Nepal restaurant that's been in that neighborhood for many years. He's got 2 Mexican restaurants in this community, one on the interstate and one on South Drive. What he wants to do is move over 3 lots to this location, and really the template, if you've ever eaten in El Nepal, will be exactly the same. It'll be the same brand, but in a different location, 3 spaces down. In the facility, or in the building rather, formerly occupied by the Chicken Express building. Formerly, McDonald's Corporation built the building years ago and sold it. There was a Frosty factory there subsequent to McDonald's, Chicken Express, and now Mr. Vargas will move his Mexican restaurant to that location.
All right, and is the other restaurant, does it operate, is that Los Nopales restaurant that's shown on the plat, right, sandwiched between the Crawfish Hole and something else?
That is correct. Between the Crawfish Hole and Taco Bell, that's where he is now.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Gillette from commission members?
Did you say that this is currently known as Chicken Express, that is in that building?
Yes, that's what he said.
Yeah. It was formerly occupied by a Chicken Express franchisee. Their signage is still posted on the property there, Chicken Express. Yeah. And the brand will change to El Nepal, a Mexican restaurant, under different ownership. Yeah, at that same location, 115 South Drive.
So it's just the same restaurant that's moving down to another building?
That is correct, yeah.
Any other questions for Mr. Gillette from commission members?
Do they view this as an improvement as far as location? Is it bigger?
I'm sorry?
What's the reason behind moving? Is it just an upgrade in location?
He likes the location where he is now, and he's got the traffic volume, the visibility, and it's not a matter of the location he's in now. He just wants to move to a bigger building. This building's got 4,050 square feet, so he'll be able to serve more customers in this building. The building he's in now currently is just short of 3,000 square feet, so he's got a pretty good customer base that presumably will follow him to this location.
And Mr. Gillette, if I'm not mistaken, the Chicken Express people spent a whole lot of money.
Yes, sir.
Fixing that
They
deal
did.
up, so I'm sure it's much closer to code and much.
They did. They did a ground up restoration, it was originally, as I say, McDonald's Corporation built it, a Frosty factory, and then the two gentlemen that built it up to Chicken Express really did a great job in the redevelopment of the building. All of the HVAC equipment, the furniture and fixtures, everything is going to stay with the building to supplement that restaurant concept for Mr. Varga. But if you've seen it there on Highway 1 South, they did do a very good job of the redevelopment of the building.
Thank you, Mr. Gillette. Any more questions for Mr. Gillette? Is there anyone else here to speak on behalf of the application of Vargas? Is there anyone who wants to speak against the application of Vargas? Hearing none, discussion by commission members.
Mr. Lawler, are there other businesses there on South Drive in this neighborhood, so to speak, that already have high content alcohol?
The only thing that I can think of that might be even close to be Maggio's and, yeah.
Elmer Paul.
Well, his current location currently sells high and low, isn't that right, Mr. Gillette?
They
Yes,
just don't
sir.
have the zone for it.
Yeah, he has the same, he's got the business alcohol zoning in his current location just on the other side of the property, so,
Three doors down.
yes, sir.
So he's just moving everything?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Any further discussion by commission members?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by McAllister to approve, Cooper, seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Mr. Claiborne, did we get your vote?
I'm sorry, was that for me?
No, only Mr. Claiborne is here.
Yeah.
Mr. Flanagan votes yes.
Okay, Mr. Flanagan votes yes. I guess recorded, at 5. And if we reserve the right to amend it if Bobby, if we pick Bobby up during the meeting.
Okay.
I'm not gonna amend it if he doesn't come back on during the meeting.
Okay.
And Mr. Gillette, as I said, June the 8th, it'll be introduced and voted on June the 22nd. I normally recommend that people show up for the introduction, not because anything's going to be done on it, but if somebody shows up that opposes it and says, I got to talk tonight because I can't be here on June the 22nd, I got to go see my grandchildren, or I've got a vacation, you're just better off being prepared to talk if that wild card shows up.
Yeah.
But not say anything if somebody doesn't try to press the city council to speak out of turn.
I got you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gillette.
Thank you.
And tell Mr. Vargas we appreciate him spending the time and money. Did he end up showing up?
He's with us here, yeah, today. Mr. Vargas, stand up, there he is, right there,
That's
on
right.
top of Vargas.
Just to let you know, we did have several inquiries about the rezoning.
Okay.
Everyone was for it.
Okay.
They were for it.
I'm sorry, you need to, Miss Valley used to ride her on me if I get out of order, so you need to keep me in line.
Congratulations.
Let's go now to,
Irritated, oh.
Yeah.
Roman
No,
number
Robert,
5,
no.
subsection D, the application by Mr. David McGraw to subdivide the following lot form, lot, Roman number 4, the Lima Industrial Park, being a re-subdivision of 2 tracks at the intersection of Rapides Drive and Reba Street, as shown on map slide 380B, less that portion lying west of lot, Roman number 5-1, and lot Roman number 4-Roman number 5-1, that's gotta be a typo. But anyway, and being a re-subdivision of lot 5, Roman number 5 at the intersection of Rapides and Reba Street is shown on map slide 698B, and that portion of lot Roman number 4 described as at beginning at the southwest corner of lot Roman number 5 and point of beginning, south 62 degrees, 01 minutes west, 32.32 feet, then proceed north 32 degrees, 53 minutes, 40 seconds west, 249.57 feet, that's north 64 degrees, 9 minutes, 7 seconds east, 35.09 feet, then south 32 degrees, 17 minutes, 17 seconds east, back to the point of beginning to reapportion property lot lines and establish a perpetual grade of servitude, bearing municipal address 118 Reba Street, Council District 3, exhibit number 4, Commissioner packets. Ms. Rock, would you summarize the application if it needs to be, and tell us if there's been any response?
Okay, this property actually used to be owned by Mr. Ken Starks. The property was bought by the McGraw family. The 2 parcels are owned by one side by the husband and wife, and the other side by the children. They're just wanting to reapportion that property line so that they can have more access to complete storage units on the property. We didn't have anyone to inquire about the subdivision at all. Well, one person, he thought it was his property that we were rezoning, but he was okay.
Okay. And then, like we said, this is a re-subdivision. If Mr. McGraw or his representative will come forward, I would point out to the commissioners if they'll look at the exhibit number 4. One of the things that we're looking at here that's an issue is that if this re-subdivision is approved, this lot will no longer front on Reed Street. Now, the McGraws are addressing that by giving a perpetual servitude, so that there's access to that. But technically, it's not in compliance with the subdivision ordinance. And it's gonna be up to you all if you think it's an appropriate subdivision, if that perpetual credit servitude, which means it runs with the land, if that sufficiently meets the requirement of the lot, of what would be lot Roman numeral 4-1, fronting on a public road.
Yes,
Go ahead, sir.
I'm David McGraw. What would you like me to explain about this?
You heard the summary by
Yeah.
the director. If there's something you need to add or correct,
I find that all correct. It is family members. We're just building more storage units on it, and the whole complex, both tracks will be storage units. It's my children that are partial owners of it, and it will be treated as one piece of property. The servitude is just so that we might use that roadway. It's 35 feet to build additional storage units along it and maximize the use of the property.
all right. Any questions for Mr. McGraw from commission members?
On question, so keep safe storage right here, you've got the block, and then the yellow goes everywhere else, so he's taking the yellow lines off and including all that into this together, correct?
No, what he's doing is, yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah, in other words, you said there's no entrance from Reed Street, but there is through this already existing storage units, correct?
It's not legal access. The lot Roman numeral 1, if this is approved, lot Roman numeral 4-1 will no longer front on a public street. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I do not. I'm worried, where is that
Right,
line?
you see this line that says 212.92?
Correct, that's all going to go away, correct?
No, he's gonna essentially extend that line to meet that second forward. And so he's lopping off this road access from the Smith McGraw
Oh,
property.
this, he's taking away this. Okay.
This is
You see, he's lopping off the access off the Smith McGraw track.
So you can't get access to Smith McGraw access?
That's not what I said, Mike. What I said was, the Smith McGraw lot will no longer front on a public street.
Okay.
And it's up to the commission to decide if this perpetual servitude over the old roadbed, if that is sufficient to qualify for access to the property. That it's not within the bounds of the ordinance. Remember, every lot has to
You can't get that line.
and it has to front on it. And so it's no longer gonna legally front on it. However, I guess Scotty Brain, Scotty Brain drafted a predial servitude, which gives Smith McGraw a permanent right to cross Drake LLC over this piece. But the Smith McGraw lot will not front on Reba.
Correct.
They'll have a right to get to Reba.
Through keep safe storage.
Through Drake LLC.
Right.
And so, I'm not saying something one way or the other, I just want to make sure that we understand, and it would be totally appropriate for the commission to take the position that the predial servitude satisfies the access requirement.
Right.
Because that's what the purpose is, and, it's perfectly okay to say, we don't want it because it's a bad precedent, because we now landlocked a piece of property, and that it no longer fronts on public road. And then that's y'all's decision to make about whether or not you think that predial servitude.
So my question though is Smith and McGraw is not combining with Drake and making all that one very big lot and hooking into the keep safe storage.
I don't know what keep safe storage is.
That's
Sir, I can answer those questions.
Okay.
Smith McGraw Smith is my son-in-law, it's all family. that access will still be used as access. It will get to that back property.
Yeah.
It
Through?
will- Sir,
Through what?
I can't.
Through what?
That access and the front access of keepsafe storage.
Okay, gotcha.
There will be two accesses to that back property.
Okay,
And it'll be used, again, it's all storage units, and it's DBA keepsafe storage. Our main location is out on the bypass. These are just additional lots, will be combined together, and will all be storage units. And there'll be two accesses, that old the servitude and the main entrance of keepsafe storage on that 116 route, the Drake LLC. It's just two different LLCs, same owners.
okay.
What's on that Smith McGraw property?
I'm sorry, sir.
What is on that Smith McGraw property right now?
What's being done?
Yeah, what's on it right now?
It's some buildings that were there. It was owned by Ken Starks previously. We're using it all for storage. That's what we're doing with it. We're also creating some interior storage on the bigger buildings. We're erecting, we've already done one that's been slabs laid, but it's just additional storage units in the back section of that Ken Starks property, value outlet, so.
Any more questions for Mr. McGraw?
The servitude provided to your property in the back, now you said that was also family owned, the property will be, okay.
All the members of, I'm sorry, I didn't correct that. The members of the two LLCs, Drake and Smith McGraw, are myself, my wife, my daughter, and my son-in-law, all equally own the same, with the same intent of storage.
Thank you.
So it's all in the family.
I'm sorry.
So it's all in the family.
Uh,
So it's all in the family?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any more questions for Mr. McGraw? Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of the application of McGraw? Is there anybody opposing the application of McGraw? Hearing none, discussion by commission members.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Lewis to approve.
Second.
Second by Cooper. All in favor say aye. All opposed? All right, that carries. See if you can get those votes from our other commission members. And Mr. McGraw, what will happen is in 11 days, you'll be able to, I guess Ms. Rock will call you. If somebody files an appeal and doesn't like what happened today, she'll let you know. She will get all the signatures on that plat, and you'll be required to take the plat to Mr. Stanley's office, record it, and return a certified copy to Ms. Rock or Ms. Oaks. All right?
I understand.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. One of the things I didn't go over, that I did in my comments, is what we normally do is we hear from the applicant. If y'all been paying attention, we hear from the applicant. And anybody on behalf of the applicant in favor of the applications. Then we hear opposition. And then the applicant or his designee gets a rebuttal limited solely to the opposing, the opposition to his application. I don't think that's going to be relevant, but that's the only way we can keep this thing going. I've got, this is Roman number 5, new business subsection E, the application by Mr. Kyle Smith to subdivide the following 30.516 acres, being described as 25.50 acres in section 40, township 9 north, range 8 west, and being shown as tract A on plat recorded in conveyance book 470 folio 699, described as follows. Commencement point 1 of said survey, which is also the southeast corner of lot 2 of Shamard Heights, unit number 1. And from this point of beginning, said point 1, located on the west side of Highway 504, Oak Grove Road, run thence north 82 degrees, 90 minutes west, 700 feet. Thence run south 11 degrees, 26 minutes west, 171 feet. Then run south 70 degrees, 32 minutes east, 522 feet. Then it's run south 19 degrees, 23 minutes west, 524.6 feet. Then it's run south 36 degrees, 50 minutes east, 889.0 feet. Then it's run south 54 degrees, 51 minutes west, 109.4 feet, more or less, but to the easterly right-of-way of the United States Interstate 49. Then it's run up easterly of the right-of-way of the United States Interstate 49 as follows. North 46 degrees, 6 minutes west, 442.5 feet. Then it's north 57 degrees, 16 minutes west, 223.8 feet. Then it's run north 30 degrees, 44 minutes west, 1,199.5 feet. Then it's run north 30 degrees, 43 minutes west, 605.4 feet. Then it's leaving the right-of-way and running south 89 degrees, 52 minutes east, 1,398.0 feet, situated on the western side of Oak Grove Road. Thence run south 5 degrees, 56 minutes east along the right-of-way of the Oak Grove Road, a distance of 72.4 feet. Then south 0 degrees, 01 minutes east along the right-of-way of Oak Grove Road, a distance of 275.0 feet. Then south 4 degrees, 37 minutes west, 117.0 feet to point one, the point of beginning, and an 8.836 acre tract that was abandoned by the state to create separate parcels for commercial development, bearing municipal address 1702 Louisiana Highway 504, exhibit number 5 in Commissioner's packets, councilperson district number 3. Summary by the director and any responses to the letters or publications.
In 2018, Mr. Smith came before the Planning and Zoning Department to do a subdivision to create several parcels for consumer use. The separations was for a car dealership, an office, and a manufactured home dealership. There were several adjacent property owners that spoke against the subdivision during that time. However, the application was still approved by Planning and Zoning and then by City Council. However, though, the project was placed on hold and the project plat was never recorded. So they've come back again this year to do the subdivision of the same parcel, but I think it was with some changes in the property lines.
Do we have any comments of people calling in the office or email?
We only had one opposition this time.
Okay. All right, before we go on to the applicant, I want to show the commissioners, I couldn't get my head wrapped around it, so I brought some visual aids. I've already showed it to Mr. Lewis and Mr. Brown. I'll show this to, here's the new plat, guys. Here's the plat we approved. And what they essentially did, I couldn't get my head wrapped around it, so I had to draw it out. They're essentially adding this wedge to that, and then moving that line. And so instead of 3.81 and 3.00, it's going to be 4 1/4 and 4. Right. And one of the things I was looking at was I was concerned how they got another 1.5 acres or so with just 200 feet, and you can see what they did is they swung the line
Way in the back.
way in the back. We still have almost, by my calculation, 160 feet on 504 between the ending of this lot and then this, and then the neighbor. You're right. Right, and that's just, I just did that for my benefit because I was concerned about access to the remaining property. Mr. Smith, or is that designated, would you come forward?
Yes.
Before we go forward, I do want to recap something from the prior meeting that we had, is that we had a lot of complaints last time, and the general public didn't seem to understand that this was a re-subdivision, that it already had appropriate zoning. And I made the comment before, and I'll make it again, is that if the Smiths were desired, obviously they're going to sell off one of these lots, but they can build whatever they wanted on these things And if somebody wanted, if it's still gonna be a car dealership, these things could be there whether the subdivision is there or not. If the car dealership wanted to let the Smiths build it and rent it to them, they wouldn't have to subdivide. And so this is not really about use, because these are approved uses in B3, and these lots have gotten even larger. And we now have access, showing that the accesses look like they're separate from one another by almost 450 feet or so. Do we have the final plat?
We have a total size plan if you'd like to look at it.
Whatever's gonna be recorded is what we need
We
today.
have a platform last time that was not recorded.
Right, no, I'm talking about, we don't have a final plat, the Mylar to be recorded.
They did not record, that's why the subdivision.
No, the new one. This regular plat, not the Davis plat.
I'm sorry.
That should have been recorded.
That's the new one that you're talking
I'm
about.
asking about the new one. You can't record the new plat until we approve it.
Okay.
I guess, what is the commission's pleasure? They don't have a conforming plat. Do we want to, they have a plat that I think shows everything that the other one shows. However, they don't have it with the legends on it for signature. Does the commission just want to go ahead and take it up and, leave it to Ms. Rock and I to make sure that the,
Yeah.
plat is modified to include the legends on it? Now, I don't want to put these people off simply because
That's
their
fine.
surveyor didn't, do it right.
Sounds good.
And it looks, it's substantial, it is. Should have brought my magnifying glass. Yeah, the dimensions are the same, so it's just efficient in the, well, let me ask you this, Mr. Smith, this appears to have 3 lots on it, and that was not what we were given, and I'm not sure that's what we were, what we advertised.
Yes, it is being divided into 3 sections. It's approximately 31 acres and
This
we have
is what I was given to look at, and that only shows lots 1 and 2.
Is that the site plan you have?
That's the first plan.
Okay.
Lots 1 and 2 are where the auto dealership is going to be located. And lot 3, there are no need plan for it at this time.
Lot 3 is not labeled on this.
That's what I'm saying, I'm not sure.
I think lot 3 must go here, but it's not labeled.
I'm not sure there's not enough calls on this to match. What's that? No. This is, all you're seeing are these 2. That's what we've given. But I don't think there's enough calls on this. I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to bear with me and let me go over it. As you can see, I studied what I had fairly well. And so I would have done the same here. In fact, this would have addressed one of the issues that I had if I'd had the Mylar ahead of time. ad we ran?
That's we got that information came straight from Jimmy Farmer at the assessor's office.
Now, this doesn't even grossly match this.
Right, but that's what we were provided when we requested it from the assessor's office, that's what he provided to us.
I'm just wondering if notice was sufficient.
What do you mean? As far as sending it out to the correct number of people?
Well, not so much that as being published and people come here for it. Because this is just not, that description doesn't even come near what's on this plat. I mean, the point of beginning is in the middle of this lot 3, on the edge of lot 3, and just sort of matches some of it, and then just sort of trails off. But there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. It looks like there's about 40 or 45 calls on these 2 plats, and there's probably not 20 in the notice.
So this is the information that we were provided by the assessor's office.
I guess you're gonna have to give us a moment, Mr. Smith, to look at this plat, because this is all new to us.
Sure.
We were given this Rayleigh site plan dated 5/13/2020, which is evidently the same date as this plat. I sure wish we had had this and could have gone over that. Evidently, what they're doing, Ronnie, he did it 2 panels, so this is, and it actually is better, in my opinion, in that it takes care of the entirety of the property, rather than leaving a dead space. I actually prefer this, I just would prefer it. So this is what you've already seen, and then this just goes into there. And what this is it's the balance of the property. Well, yeah, but I mean, that was what, look, if we approved this one alone, this was gonna happen anyway. That's what was gonna happen. Well, us just approving that, so it's not that big of a deal, it's just.
It should be 3 lines instead of 2.
Right. Well, what happened was, he was gonna carve these 2 out, and this was gonna be left over. And I'm
It
pleased.
has 3 on it, where did this come from?
This goes,
Oh, they just didn't put it in our packet.
they didn't, you're right.
Oh, okay, so there is a lot.
There's a lot.
We just didn't get it in our packet.
And it's actually, yeah, and it's actually better because now he's got lot 3 approved,
Okay, that's good, yeah.
if he gets approved.
We have to say we shouldn't do this, right, because then got a lot.
Well, but it would just be left over,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
they were smart enough to pay the survey, get him out there and do it all at one time, and pay the mobilization charge.
Okay, that's good.
All right. So now that determined it's a multi-panel plat, although I would put the signatures on the first panel, not the second. But in any event, all right, Mr. Smith, would you go ahead? I'm sorry about that. You were saying that you, essentially the site plan is what you're gonna do, the dealership and something else, and then you just
Yeah.
the rest for future development.
That's right. Lot 3, we don't have any immediate plans for lot 3. There, on lot 1 and lot 2, there'll be 2 automobile dealerships. One of the dealers is here today.
Okay.
Anyone has any questions about that?
Any questions, Mr. Smith? All right. Is there anyone else to speak on behalf of the application, Smith? Go ahead, sir, please identify yourself.
Lloyd Vaughn, Vaughn Northeast. I currently own and operate the Chevrolet Buick Cadillac dealership here in Natchitoches. And we're looking to build a new facility in Natchitoches, and that would be located on lot number 1.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Vaughn by commission members?
So you'll be moving from Texas Street to the interstate?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Definitely need for
Yes, we do.
All right. Anyone else to speak on behalf of the application of Smith? Is there any opposition to the application of Smith?
Oh, I'd like to come out.
Please come up and go to the handle and identify yourself and tell us what concerns you have.
Okay, Diane Poe. I'm really confused because I heard you say he has a new plat that's non-conforming, but you're gonna go ahead and okay it. That's confusing to me.
No, ma'am, I corrected myself when I said that I determined that it was conforming because it was a 2-panel plat and the signatures are on the second page rather than the first page where we normally see.
It befuddled you for a while, and it surely befuddled me.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Poe, because I take my job very seriously and review these things before I show up. And, fortunately, I had gone in depth of this and didn't realize that the description was provided by the assessor and not by the applicant.
The second thing I wanted to clarify, I believe when you started off, Mr. Whitehead, you said it was going to be a car dealership and a business and a manufactured home. Could you, when you first started out, and then when Mr. Smith got up, he said it was going to be 2 auto and then no plans for the third. What did you say when you first started out?
I said absolutely nothing about that. Ms. Rock said something.
Oh, what was that?
What I said was in 2018, when they first applied,
Okay.
the subdivision was for an automobile dealership, for an office and a manufactured home.
Okay.
But they did not go through with those plans. So this year, coming back, they're doing the subdivision, but it's for the automobile. They're not requesting for a manufactured home.
Okay. And not for the business office either?
I think it's just for the automobiles,
Okay.
the automobile dealerships.
On those 2. My protest is going to be what I've already talked to Mr. Smith about in person, and that's I believe we need an access road. I think these businesses are going to be busy businesses. I think Highway 504 is a very busy highway with a lot of fast traffic on it. I live right across from there. I think it's almost unbelievable that you're going to try to use a 2-lane Highway 504 as an access road to 2-car dealerships, which is what you would be doing with 18-wheelers delivering cars and people test driving cars. And to add all that onto a 2-lane busy 504, it doesn't make sense. I wish this was a town where I really believed, I'm here taking care of my mother, she's 92. I wish I believed that every citizen mattered in this town, but I'm losing that feeling that every citizen matters. I'm not related to Gerald Long. I don't pay big tax dollars. I'm here just taking care of my family that's sick. And I have sitters that I've had for 6 years, and they're protesting because they don't believe every citizen matters. I don't believe it either, and I'm very disillusioned. I think city council has some kind of accountability not to push and endanger lives on 504 with all this traffic. It's a 2-lane highway. It's curves to the right of me, it's curves to the left of me, and there's traffic going down there 50 miles an hour. It doesn't matter. You can say they're not obeying the speed limit, but those people have lived there for years and years and years. I think it's wrong. I want to say that I'm protesting. I think they should have thought this out before they did their dealership. I talked to Mr. Smith about this. He said they had drawn their plans up and they couldn't afford to redraw their plans up to push it back to have an access road. That's not anybody's problem, and I don't think it's worth anybody's life. I think every citizen matters in Natchitoches.
Hold on just one second, Ms. Poe. Are there any questions for Ms. Poe, Commission members? All right. Thank you, Mr. Miller. Are there any other opposition to the application of Smith? Mr. Smith will give you a short rebuttal if you like. Limited solely to this post comment.
I don't remember saying that we could not afford to have new plans drawn in order to make another driveway. But we feel like it's going to be safe. The Department of Transportation has tentatively approved the driveway locations. We are going to have long, wide driveways entering both dealerships. At this point in time, there are only going to be 2 driveways there. We feel like it's going to be a safe area. The speed limit has been reduced to 35 miles per hour in that area. And that's all I have to say about it.
Does that bring up any questions for Mr. Smith by commission members? All right. Thank you, Mr. Smith. A discussion by commission members.
I mean, technically, all we're doing is subdividing the property. You can go ahead and build these things and run them in there anyway.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, lot 3 will have frontage on 504?
Yes, it looks like it's about 160. Well, my calculations were 161, and it looks like the plat shows them 173, but I'm not a surveyor. I thought that was pretty good, that I got it that close. Actually, I take that back, it's 155, so I was even closer.
And then the DOT will determine whether he can cut these.
If those curb cuts are allowed on the site plan.
Okay.
But one would presume, I think they've got a couple of 100 feet between them. So what might be problematic is they might have to move the northern curb cut in because of that other one that they've got just north of it. But that'll be something they have to work out with the DOT. You know, just when I thought we had a handle on what they do, they tell us they're not going to do something, then they do it. Or they tell us they're going to do something, and they don't. We had that issue with that Braxton land. Yeah. Or the church next to the Braxton land there. But, does the commission have a pleasure?
Move to approve the application.
Motion by Cooper, second by Brown. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. That'll be final in 11 days if no one files an appeal, Mr. Smith. I'll sign the plat today. Ms. Rock will get the signature. She won't release it to you until the appeal delays have run, and she will let you all know if an appeal has been filed. Likewise, it will be your responsibility to take both of these panels to Mr. Stady and have them recorded at the clerk of the court's office and provide the director with a certified copy. All right? Thank you all for coming. Let's go back to Roman numeral 5, new business, subsection A. The application by Dr. Pete Wardell to subdivide the following: the re-subdivision of lots 8 and 9 of Shamrock Park, Block B, reapportion lot line, 350 Shoreline Drive, exhibit number 1, councilperson district number 2. I understand Mr. Thomas is here representing Dr. Wardell. Mr. Thomas, the director previously summarized this as simply a moving of the lot line where Dr. Wardell is going to, I guess, give some land to his neighbor.
That's correct. Right there in that particular curve, when they drew those lot lines, he did the lot line, it actually angles back and cuts across the backyard of his neighbor.
It's been there a while. So, we didn't have any comments, right? Ms. Ryan? Is anyone else here to speak on behalf of the application of Wardell? Is there anyone to oppose the application of Wardell? Hearing none, what's the commission's pleasure? Oh, discussion by commission members.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by McAllister, second by Cooper, all in favor, like sign. All in favor, and all opposed, like sign. So, all right, do we have the dollar? Jeff, once the 11 days are up, Ms. Rock will get all the signatures. Once the 11 days are up, if no one's filed an appeal, Pete or somebody, you'll need to send somebody up here to get the plat from her, record it with David Stanley, and provide her with a certified copy of it.
Okay. Good deal.
Thank you, sir. All right. Ma'am, what are you here for? Yes, ma'am.
I'm on Stevens.
Okay. And sir, you as well?
No, Mr. Smith.
Sorry.
Oh, that's right, no, that's right. All right.
I'm just here.
I understand.
Process.
We've got to decide we've got to decide what we want to do with this thing. We have the application by Natchitoches, nobody's here. Do we want to take it up? Do we want to table it? What do we
I
want?
think we're gonna take it up.
Well, here's the deal, we table it, and it can be brought up at any time. If we turn it down, what I'm concerned about is this lady and these other people that have opposed it. If they've got to constantly check and make sure that we don't take it up at some other meeting, that's the problem with tabling something, is that it's perpetually out there floating, and by a majority of the members, it can be taken off the table at any point in time, and I'm not sure that tabling it is good when we've got somebody that needs to, like for example, if Mr. Smith, if we determined there was a problem with his survey, and he used to say, I'll just table it, and I'll bring it back next time, everybody's here, I'll bring it
I
back.
vote we would take it up.
Yeah, I think we should take it up. I mean, if it's not our problem, then no one should have.
Well, and if he wants
Price
to,
you pay, so.
if he wants to, what are application fees, $50?
Yes, they are.
You know, and then new notices will go out. All right.
You don't have anybody here for or against?
No, we've got one lady here against, and that's what I'm saying, it's unfair to her, she'd have to, if we table it, she'd have to constantly call Ms. Rock or Ms. Oaks saying.
Sorry, I don't we had anybody representing.
All right, so I've already read, this is application of Thomas and Danielle Tuska, discussion by commission members. I guess we ought to hear from the opponent. Why don't we go hear from you, unless you needed to hear from the applicant before you formed what your opinion was going to be.
Do I need to?
Yeah, just come on up here, man, just tell us what your name is, and tell us what your concerns are.
Oh, yeah, my name's Melanie Turo, and we live directly next to the property where the proposed building duplex will be. And of course, our concern, we're not even in a home a year. And it's directly 5 feet off the property line, which is, we see right from our side porch, which is.
Are you in the big home on the corner?
Yes.
The big house?
Yeah.
The big store?
Yeah. And so, it's just concerning for us, just number one, the size of the building that they're wanting, the home they're wanting to build. It spans the entire length of the property, plus the parking, in the back, just the traffic, the building, the privacy, and then they want to do a duplex, which in talking to Ms. Rock, they're phasing, it sounds like the city's phasing those out as people sell the properties or whatever.
No, actually, that area itself is a comprehensive zoning of all-in-one for residential,
Right.
single family, not duplexes.
Right.
So what's there is already grandfathered.
Is grandfathered in.
So if those homeowners decide that they don't want to have it anymore, they want to sell,
Right.
then those grandfathered in probably will go back to all-in-one.
Right, and that's what I meant, that they're, once they're sold, they're going to single family, because that's what it's sold for. And so, our concern is property values, and, we have a personal issue because we're right there, it's next to us. And I know that we were led to believe when we bought the house, that was one of the selling points, that that was a nice big lot. Of course, we didn't own it because it was sold to the neighbors. It was originally a part of that property, and we had hoped to buy it. And our understanding was that it was sold to them so that nothing would be built there. Now, I know that's not binding, maybe that's just a verbal agreement. And it is their property, they have the right to do with it what they will, but,
Subject to reasonable government regulation.
yes. So, you know, that, we're concerned because we're right next door.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions for this lady? Thank you for coming. I'm sorry you had to wait till the end,
It's okay.
but he certainly can't say that we didn't give him every opportunity to show up. Even if he got it wrong at 6, he thought it was at 6 o'clock. That's gone past. So what's the commission's pleasure on the application number 2?
We really don't have a precedent with this, because there are existing duplexes over there, but they're not approved by the commission or either the city council, because they didn't have to be, and only because they're grandfathered in, will it go back to R1 whenever they're vacated, or
They have to be vacated, they have to be abandoned for 6 months. R2 use will not have to be, that would not have to go for 6 months before they convert back. You've got that Elsie property, which is between 4th and 5th, and Johnny he just kept building stuff there, and the city never did anything to it.
I drove it today, though. I drove up 4 streets over and back, and there's no other duplex. I mean, that's the only duplex the one's grandfathered in.
Yeah.
Everything else is single family dwellings, and, yeah, you don't get that till you get on way up the 2nd street from up there.
I move disapproval.
Motion to deny the application by Brown, second by Lewis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. All right. The next thing we have is Roman number 6, report of office activities. Any office activities, Ms. Rock?
No, sir.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Roman number 7, adjournment. Mr. Lewis, your motion. Mr. Lewis.
I'm second.
All in favor say aye.